Hey guys, this is going to be a short video on how to operate your new keyboard remote slash mouse, and it's also going to give you a couple tips and tricks and some do's and don'ts. Now, the first thing that you want to do is after you unpackage this, you're going to notice that there's a power cable that comes with it. You're going to want to plug this in to the top of your remote right here and charge it up for a little bit. It does come with a partial charge, but I do suggest charging it up for at least 20-30 minutes before you use it. Now, the other end of this cord, there's a USB port. Now, you could plug that in any USB port you happen to have, whether it's a cell phone charger or whatever. Me personally, I plug it directly into the side of my box because I do have two USB ports that can be used. And if I leave it there, I know I'm not going to lose it. When I'm done using the remote at the end of the night, I simply plug it in so I don't forget to charge it. But again, you can charge that any which way you want to. Now, the second step is going to be taking the USB dongle that comes with it and putting it into the box so this remote will communicate with your direct box. And to do this, it's very simple. Simply flip the remote over, remove the back panel, and right there's the USB dongle. So we're going to take this and we're just going to get it loose. And then once it's loose, just turn over your remote and it's going to fall right out. Okay? I'm going to do that. Replace the panel. Now, it is very important to note, before you put this panel back on, make sure the battery is properly seated. Sometimes people take this and bang the remote to get the chip to fall out, and then they loosen the battery in the progress, and it doesn't actually connect to their box because the battery isn't properly seated. So make sure that's sitting in there nice and cozy. I'm going to go ahead and pop the panel back on. And for the Bluetooth dongle, it's very simple. We're simply going to take it and we are going to insert it right into the side of our box here. Now there's going to be two USB ports. Again, I'm using one for the charger, which I don't have to, but it's convenient for me. I'm using the other one to connect the remote. Now at this point, we're going to look at the top of the remote and there's an on and off button. We're going to slide that over to the on position, at which point this light's going to turn solid blue. That lets you know that it's connecting to the box. And after that, all I have to do is simply press any button, and that's going to automatically link up this remote to your new box. And that's it. You're all up and running. You're set to go. Now, there is a couple things to be notated on this remote as far as what it will do and what it won't do. When you're at the main menu on your box, when you first turn it on and you see all the colorful boxes that say settings and browser and things like that, this back button right here will not work in that section. So if you're using this to type in your password and set up your network and things of that nature, when you're done doing all that, to go back, you need to press the right mouse click button, which is right here. That's how you use the back function of the remote when you're in the main Android menu. Now, once you get into Kodi itself and you're using the apps like Exodus and things like that, and you need to back out, simply press the back button right there, and that will back you out of that section. Something else with this remote, at any given time, if you take and you move your finger on this pad right there, it operates just like a laptop touchpad. Okay, so you can go in there and use that to scroll that way, or you can simply press the up, down, left, right, and OK buttons just like you would on the factory remote. Right? There's also volume settings on here. So to make sure your box volume is at max, you can volume up, volume down, and of course you have the play, fast forward, and rewind keys right there. Okay. There is a lot more features on this remote, like the mute button and Alt Tab function, things of that nature. If you ever need to use any of that, again, go in, play around with it, no big deal. One thing this remote does not do is it will not operate the power on your box. Okay. Here's why. This box has to be turned on in order for the USB ports on the side to be powered. So if there's no power going to this box, then this chip doesn't talk to this remote. That's why there's no power button on there. Now, with that being said, this is my personal box at my house here, and I never turn off the power to it. That burns so little electricity, it's just not worth turning it off, and it's not going to hurt your box to leave it on 24/7. So again, I'll turn my television off, but I leave my box running all the time. Now, some people say maybe it's in a bedroom, the blue light is too bright for them, which I completely understand, and they don't want that on at night. simply walk up to your box and unplug the power from it, and you can turn the power off that way. Or you can also use the factory remote that it came with. Okay guys, enjoy your new keyboard remote. Remember to insert the dongle into the side of your box from the back of it. Make sure that you give it a good charging. And also remember, this is a 2.4 gigahertz system, so it does have a range limit. If you are too far away with your remote from your box, you're going to notice that it's not going to operate too well. Or you're going to press a letter and it's going to, maybe you press the D button in it and there's 3 or 4 or 5 Ds because it's trying to, connect with the box and send the signal and it's too far. So if you ever notice that, just step a little bit closer to your TV when you go to do your search, things like that, and you should be good to go. Thanks a lot.